on tonight's match, please.
The first half is one of the worst we have made, at least this year, I would say. Super disappointed over the energy. We want to be a team that have worked with high press, a lot of energy, difficult to play against. And we're showing the opposite today to that. So super disappointed with the first half. We're making some changes in the second half, having a good start of the second half, I would say. They come back a little bit into the game. We changed a little bit with our shape, bringing in Jordan. We took back the game again, and we were trying to force it a little bit and going for it. And in the end, second half much better overall, but go from a so bad first half and then do more than we did in the second is difficult. So again, super disappointed with our first half.
If you have a question, hit the raise your hand function on your Zoom here. Becky, go ahead.
Hey, Kim. As you said, the energy just seemed incredibly off in this game. The team seemed very sluggish and very discombobulated. They weren't reading each other well. No one seemed to be on the same page. What caused that in your mind? Like, what shook the team up this much? Because they played one of their best games that they'd ever played against OL Reign, and then they came out completely different this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think the whole group have to do things better, but I think we all can see that the press from 9, 10, 11, 7 the is not there, and then it's difficult for the midfielder and defenders to control when they. We're talking about to push them down a little bit, so they needed to play the early long ball. But now they had time to take up the ball and then find the front three, Marta and Adriana. And when they find them on the feet or right in the target, then they are really good and dangerous. And I mean, we had a good plan for how to control that, and our key and everything were our press, but it wasn't there, so that affected the whole plan. Yeah.
And Racing has done a pretty good job of getting the ball into the final third and like getting crosses out, or at least getting the ball in dangerous areas, but they just have not been able to make very many dangerous shots on goal or really connect in that final moment to really create strong chances. I know that changed in the second half and that there were some better chances, but what do you think needs to happen in the attack to make Racing more deadly and put some of those chances away?
I think it was tough today for our outside back that have been really good so far this year, but it was tough for them when the ball came up for Adriana and Marta so many times. So they needed to do too much job in the defense. So it was tough for them. Normally want them to be more involved in the game, higher positions, but they couldn't in this game. And when they had a chance to go up a little bit in the end of the game, I felt that they were a little bit tired, and that's normal. So I think that is one thing, and of course, when the ball is in the box, we need to do a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, the first half was too bad, so it's not acceptable, I would say.
Tyler, go ahead.
Yeah, Kim, you guys are, I believe, 6 games in and still searching for a win. I mean, do you feel like the frustration building with the group? It seems like one that's been able to keep its confidence, but obviously this is another obstacle.
Today, absolutely. I think we felt after the first 5 games, we had probably the toughest schedule in the league, I would say, and we had 3 away games, and then we had the 5th game against Reign. We have been good in most of the games. There have been details that we can do better, of course, but we have felt that our performances have been good in the first 5 games. So we had a good feeling to go to Orlando now. I think we had a good game plan. We knew exactly how they're going to play. We had 11 of 11 players in the preparation that we thought going to play today, and they did in exactly the positions we thought. So they were well prepared, but it doesn't matter if you're well prepared if you're waiting for the 5 minutes until you're going into the game.
Any other questions for Kim? Becky, go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Tyler. You're still going. Go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. Hey, Kim, do you think I realize this might be a question that's better answered once you watch the film and such, but do you think there are any changes you can make as a coach or any stylistic shifts to help this team break through moving forward?
Of course it is, but like I said, we think that we have been good in 5 games, and we had 5 tough games. So it's only 1 game now that our performance is not good enough. So it's no reason to get panic either. I think that's the worst thing we can do right now, that think that we are so bad because we had 45 minutes. Of course, we need to watch the video. Of course, we need to make sure that we're not doing a bad performance like this again. But to have panic, I don't think that's the best way to do. Also, we need to have our mind that we haven't played with the same starting 11 yet. It's always some kind of rotations. Today, Kanu was starting, Fishers was starting, haven't started much, for example. So when we have our player a little bit more together in Louisville, can keep working with them in the training for every single week, then it's going to be easier, of course, to build relations. And I think still our future is bright, even if it doesn't feel like that right now.
Last question is from Becky.
I actually have a couple, if that's okay. I'm sorry. First, there's a really dense schedule coming up with the Challenge Cup games coming. So how do you put this in the rearview mirror and, head into a difficult stretch of games coming up?
No, we're really looking forward to playing many games. There are some girls that haven't played that much. So they, of course, are hungry to play a little bit more. When the Challenge Cup is going to be some rotations, of course, it have to be. But also with a performance like this today, we of course need to be disappointed. Today we need to watch the video when we are back home, but then we need to just bounce back and make sure that we win the next game against Chicago.
And then the energy really changed when Davis and Chidiac were subbed in at the half. What did you see from them?
Like you said, they came in with energy. Davis worked hard, did what we were asking for with a high pressure. She had a couple of chances, she missed them, but she also worked really hard to come into the situations, even if she missed them. But so I'm happy with both of them. Like you said, they changed the momentum a little bit. Jordan as well, and I couldn't use Tembi more than 5 minutes today, but she also showed that she was hungry and wanted to show how good she is.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Appreciate it.
Thank you.